Good morning, all. Today I forgot yesterday, usually I do this on a Monday, but I forgot yesterday to remind you that at pattern-collections.com, that's where you want to go to get the patterns. You can search for patterns, you can search for new patterns, for new videos, for pattern focus, for the templates, for the books. If you purchase an ebook or you pay for any monthly subscriptions to the CPT, that all goes toward helping this website stay free for everyone. And if you have an extra bit of money and you want to make a donation, click on this little PayPal button. You can pay by PayPal or any of the major credit cards. If you got an extra $5 laying around, you know, I would appreciate it. Ina is... she works hard to keep this website afloat. She is going through some personal stuff that I don't know what it is, but she's been offline for a little while, and Nicole has been taking over. I'm assuming it's health related, but I don't know. So I want to support her in any way that I can, and one of those ways that I can is by reminding you guys that PayPal or credit card donations is available to you. Now, that being said, I decided to do for this week's pattern one that was on both lists as a viewer favorite and as a viewer challenge, which is this one called Stella. It's on both lists. And unfortunately, this is not a pattern that is on pattern-collections.com. It is elsewhere. You can Google search it to find it. So I do not have permissions to show the step outs from anywhere else on the web besides pattern-collections.com. That is where I have specific permission from Ina to show other people's work, which is the step outs. I will not show other people's art if I don't have permission. And so, since I don't have permission, I can't show you the step outs. Just FYI. But since it was one that was requested via the viewer favorites and viewer challenges, I am going to do it. I just can't show you. You can follow along, you can watch, and you can Google it. Just Google Tangle Pattern Stella and you'll find it. It's out there on Pinterest and so forth. It is an old pattern. It's from 2013, I think, or maybe even older. And it's most likely from... well, I don't even know where it originated, but it's it's a pattern that I find interesting and fun to do. But I can see how it would be a challenging pattern. Whoops. Come on. I want to, no, it won't let me zoom in. Okay. So what you need for this one is you need a center point, and then you need kind of a circle around it. You can measure that out if you want. You can use a ruler. You can use a helix circle maker. I could do that. I can make a 6-spot helix circle maker so that they're nice and even. Or is it 6 or 8? It's 8. Excuse me, it's 8. But I'm not going to worry about that. I am going to kind of find the center of my paper. This particular piece of paper is approximately 4.25 inches by 5 inches. You can use any size you want, doesn't matter. But I'm going to find the approximate middle by just going corner to corner and making a little mark here. Where those cross, that's going to be my corner. Coming out from that corner, let's just go straight out. Let's do it with a ruler. I'll show you how you can do it with a ruler. From that middle spot, let's decide how far out from the middle we want to go. Where's my 0? My 0's on that one. Okay. Let's go out. 2 inches is too far. Let's go 1.5 inches. Is 1.5 inches too far? 1.5 inches is too far too. Let's go 1 inch. Okay, so approximately 1 inch out. I'm gonna make a dot going north-south, and a dot approximately 1 inch out going east-west. And then a dot going across diagonally approximately 1 inch out, and the other diagonal approximately 1 inch out. You could do this by eye. You don't have to do it measuring exactly, but I wanted to show you how you could do it with a simple, just a ruler, okay? So then what you want to do is from the center point, pick one of your dots. Well, actually, you could do them, let me just draw them a little bit darker so you can see them. There's the center point, and here are the dots all the way around in this circle. And I think I've done this pattern before on my channel. I don't remember though. Okay, so there you go. There's your circle and your dots. You're going to come, let me zoom you in just a smidge. Doesn't matter which one you start with. You are going to come from the middle, and you're going to come up and around that dot like that. And then from the middle, you're going to come up and around that dot like that. So that it creates a V that's kind of got a curve to it with the dot as the end of that curve. Okay, now I don't draw it like the step out I just see does it. I can see how that drawing it the way that this step out shows it would be very challenging. I can see how it could end up as somebody's challenge problem. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back over here, go to this dot. I'm going to come this way and this way. So I'm going to make another V around the dot like that, and another V around the dot like this. The step out shows you doing this part next without having the context of these V's. I put the V's in first. So once again, another V in and around like that, and in and around like that. Okay, curvy V's in and around like that, and in and around like that. Okay, since my spacing wasn't exactly at an exact thing, I was kind of, sort of eyeballing it. I have the distance from here to here. Those lines are about the same, but my distance between my dots are not the same. So I have some skinnier and some wider ones. That's okay. Okay, so now that you have 4 V's that have this curve, now you want to make that same sort of shape again, but you want to come out. Let me push that here. I'm going to come out here. In between this, you're going to do another V coming out the other direction. So if it helps you to put dots out here, that's great. I don't tend to do that. I tend to make them a little bit more freeform. So I'm going to start here. I'm going to come up. I'm going to make my V shape going this way. Okay, so it's the same shape, just going the other direction. And it's okay if my V got a little crazy there. Just like that. It's the same V. Okay. And now, the next step is on these ones where this V is, you're going to make sort of a bracket or leaf type shape. So you're going to come up and around. It's not quite the same shape as this. It is sort of a V, but it's more of a bracket or a leaf type shape for this one. Up and around. Up and around. And up and around. And that's all there is to Stella. It's actually fairly simple. I have drawn this one quite a bit. You just have to remember it's V's from the inside, V's from the outside, and then this leaf shape. You guys got it? You want me to do it again? Let's do it without putting any dots. Okay? Let's do a more freeform one on the back side. So let's do a V. One going this way. If I'm going to do it freeform, I'm going to do them going opposites so that it's easier for me to find. Okay. You can do them freeform. They look different. There's my outward V's. Now these in between ones need a V coming from out here. They're just that V shape. And then you make the leaf shapes in between. Like that. See, they don't, if you're not as consistent with your circle, it's okay. You don't have to be. You can still make that same shape. So I'm going to turn this one back over. See, this one's a little bit more consistent. And I'm going to give it a little shading, a little coloring. Sometimes I put stripes in there, all sorts of things. But this is the basics of this one. I like to do a little shading here. That. Actually, I think I'll do there. Okay, a little bit of blending, and then decide where I want to go next. I have my lines there from where I made my cross in the middle. I don't like that. I'm going to get rid of that. Look a bit like, I don't know, stingrays. And maybe shade in here. Sometimes Sometimes I color these. This is, to me, this is a very Christmassy pattern. I use it to make like a poinsettia on like Christmas cards. Because that's what it kind of reminds me of. I know it's not, but it reminds me of that. And then just a bit of highlight. That. Just like so. And then you're done. Isn't that simple? I love how this looks. This is, to me, one of my favorites, and definitely will be on my viewer favorite list. But I can see how if you follow the step out that is the most prominent when you search for that pattern, there is one that comes up as the step out, and I can see how that particular step out could be very confusing. Because let me show you real quick, since this went so fast. Let me show you real quick what the step out shows you to do. It shows you to, let me use just a scrap piece of paper. It shows you to make the center dot, and then it shows you to make these dots, which is fine. Then it shows you to make these dots. Then it shows you doing this V shape, which is great. But then it shows you doing this shape next, and then it shows it done. It goes from here to finished. Not a good step out. It doesn't show you the steps, and if you don't know how to draw tangles, if it's not something that you're really used to yet, going from this step to the next step that they show would be beyond confusing. So I can understand how it can end up being your challenge pattern. So hopefully what I've done here is help you figure out that this poorly drawn step out, so that you can complete it with less stress. I hope that's happened for you. I'm going to just sign this. And I've been writing on there. No. Okay. I forgot on the last one, but I'm going to change this to hashtag tangletober. That's what I'm going to start hashtagging the rest of the month. I decided that yesterday, and I forgot to put it on yesterday's work of art, but that's what I'm doing. And you guys have a great day. I will see you on the next video. This was an easy one. This was one of my favorites. So perhaps I should gear myself up to do intermingle. Intermingle is not my favorite. It's just not. But that's okay. We all have our challenges. And I should tackle mine. If I expect you guys to tackle yours, I should tackle mine. Right? Okay. So I will see you on the next video. I'm going to try to tackle and intermingle. And you guys have a great day. Go out and do something nice for someone today. Make this world a better place, one person at a time. Have a blessed day. Bye-bye.